and welcome to Coffee Break, the video series where we will make a card or other project in 15 minutes or less, the time it takes for you to take your coffee break. So cheers and let's get started. And my name is Sandy McManus and you may find me at needsaribbon.com. So today this is the card we are going to be making. And it uses the Tasteful Touches stamp set, which can be found on, it's actually a whole suite called In Good Taste, on page 122 to 123 on the annual catalog that goes from 2020 to 2021. That's a lot of numbers. But anyway, it's the Tasteful Touches stamp set and the In Good Taste suite, which I'm using several elements from the suite. So, and it uses, I forgot, the ornate floral 3D folder and some other stuff. And some other stuff, including some various dies and stuff. This is our Stitch So Sweetly dies, which have some scalloped rectangles and some other shapes. Again, more of a sweet thing. And then I also use our stitched rectangles dies, which are layering dies. And if you can kind of see the edges on that. Okay, so we are going to be using the Just Saying Hello stamp and this big flower. I'm not a horticultural expert, so I'm not sure what kind of flower it is. To me, it's just a generic multi-petaled kind of almost not quite sunflower, whatever. It's a flower. It's a flower. Okay, so let's get started. And like my other Coffee Break series videos, I have pre-done all the cutting and big shot elements. Maybe eventually I will add in some other stuff, but again, the point is to get this through in 15 minutes or less. And I thought I'd also, since I haven't really covered this much, and if you are new to stamping or new to Stampin' Up's new ink pads, I thought I would unbox one of my ink pads. This is a new one. I replaced our old flip style lid, which is still kind of a flip style, with this. But these lay flat and stack so beautifully. I liked our old lids, but they or our old cases, but they did not stack nicely because they were kind of rounded and they had feet and all this. So this is how it comes, and you get these labels in all our languages. So we used to have ink pads made for each market. Now they all come with these universal labels. They've been doing that for a number of years. I love it because here's why. I like to put my name labels on the bottom, as it were, and you notice there's a little dot that tells you that you're right in the center. I don't care if mine are perfectly centered. I'm really not that fussy. You also get a blank one. So you get the labels come with English, German, French, and is that Japanese or Mandarin? Oops, I should know. So to open your ink pad, you're going to push up on the bottom where that little thing is. And this is a brand new one, so the case is going to be kind of tight. They do loosen up. You open it all the way and you slide it. And then you have this little dish area. And that is where your blank label can go. And I know some people, demonstrators and customers, that take some of the other languages labels and put them on the top of their case, or put one English on one and a different language, so that way at least when you're seeing them lined up, you know which one you're kind of dealing with. Okay, I think we're ready to stamp. I'm going to use this big flower. And if you've listened to my other videos, what is my rule on elements like this? Rule of 3, or the rule of odds. Rule of odds really is what it is. And this could be really juicy. It looks okay. Sometimes a brand new ink pad, they're so juicy. And I was looking, these rectangles actually have kind of a top and bottom. I mean, you could use either, but you can see that this is what I would call the bottom. The die laid on top, it doesn't quite poke all the way through. It kind of does and kind of doesn't, but you can do it by feel too. So I'm going to stamp 3 of these generic flowers in Sahara sand. And I want to leave the middle area a little bit open. I'm going to close this because I am now done with this. This card does not have a whole lot of stamping on it, but I think it packs a big punch. And see, here's, if I goofed, I had one ready to go. That's my backup plan. So this is an old style ink pad. And yeah, let's compare them. See how they don't go flat? They've got these lips. They were great. We had a storage rack that worked great. We have new storage racks, but our old style one, and anyway, there's a story behind that. The die that they were using, the die cast for the mold, or the mold as they say, retired, and they thought it was a good chance to, because molds actually do retire. My dad used to work in polymer engineering, and he would talk about that too. So they actually do retire, as crazy as that sounds. Okay, this one needs to be centered. And now I'm going to close this because I happen to know this bad boy is super juicy because I inked it up recently. We're going to set that way off to the side so I can't accidentally lay my fingers in it. And we'll just give that a little wave. And while that's, oops, kind of drying, because again, I know that it's juicy, I have already pre-scored my card base because that's with our new trimmer with the more simple style trimmer that is a cutter and a trimmer, or a cutter and it's trimmer and a scorer. This is my liner. Since it's a darker color, I like to do a liner. Anyway, I tend to score my paper right away now. I never used to score, never. But I like how easy our new, I believe it's $30 or is it $25 trimmer. I had the item number memorized for a while too. I don't remember it right now. But so there is the inside, and you could stamp a nice greeting. You know, right now it says just saying hello, but if you're, you know, had some other occasion or some other stamped words you wanted to add, or a photo, or whatever your thing is. So I'm gonna I love this die with these dainty little, and I'm not a big flower person. And okay, so part of what I like about this card, let me explain. I'm not a big flower person, and this one could have gone with different colors, would have gone overly feminine. But because I used more neutral to masculine colors, it softened the floral, or you could say the floral softened the more masculine / bold colors, however you want to go with that. But that's how that's a trick I sometimes do is, again, I can do the over the top, super floofy, frilly, girly card. It is not completely my style. So sometimes I will take and, kind of the reverse to soften it, masculine it up by the colors, or again, the reverse. If I want to use flowers, I may use more grounding masculine or neutrals. That's just me, but you certainly can take this layout, and again, the recipe will at the very end of the card or the video. You certainly can take this layout and turn it into anything you want because it is a nice, just basic layout. So next, this is the one I just stamped. I have a bunch of cheaters laying around just in case something happened. So we're going to layer this up. Again, this card, as you can see, is going together very easily. And we're going to line it up with our corner diagonals. And again, I like glue because you can slide stuff around, smear that glue around, and give yourself a few minutes to position. And I'm going to pop that up with our dimensionals. 104430 is that item number. I believe there's still $4 a package for 300 plus the edges, which you can use. Anyway, one of those item numbers, I don't know. So certain ones just stick with me. And again, the trimmer did stick with me for a while, and I have since forgotten it. When it first came out, man. This is again centered element. But to keep the card from looking so centered, I off-centered, or I offset my little stripey piece here a little bit. And then I added some of our braided linen trim. I guess I can put my glue away. I added some of our braided linen trim in a bow to this. Just tied a standard bow because, as my name implies, needs a ribbon. NeedsaRibbon.com. Then let's trim that. Trim that. And put that aside. And I think on this one we're gonna, because this is the type of ribbon it is, I'm gonna pull it apart a little bit because it has kind of that, the card has kind of that rustic look to it. And we'll attach that with a glue dot. A glue dot? I'm looking for glue dots. Oh my goodness, look at that. And we'll put that down in that corner. I guess we can get rid of that. It's like searching for Waldo. Where's their glue dot? And there, our card is completed. I hope you have enjoyed this edition of Coffee Break. Cheers, by the way. We're almost done with our coffee and our break is almost over. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.